play this really very useful training video done by Atomy Academy group, and it's a short video, and she explains how to join member.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you all see this? Can you see
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Okay.
/US, and it's going to take us to the main page. Now I'm going to log out. It automatically has me in here, but this is what you see when you come to the main page. Now, if you are the member, of course, you know you can go ahead and log in, and you can, go to your lineage and see where people are, who you want to place the next person under. But for the customer side of this, they're going to look at this website and press join us, right? And what is it going to do? It's going to ask for a login. So if you are trying to help someone join, you are going to want to give them your guest login information. When you're signing up, we talked about this last week, you are going to want to enter a guest password. Now that guest password is going to be completely different from your actual password. And the reason being is for joining purposes, because we are a wholesale club. So when you give someone your ID number, you're going to want to give them your guest password. This gives them access to view our shopping mall. They can see the products, the prices, and the ingredients. And it's also going to allow them to join. If you are the customer looking for information on how to join Atomy as a member, you are going to want to get with the person who referred you to the company, or if you're watching this video on YouTube, hello to our YouTube friends, you are going to want to reach out to someone and ask them for a sponsor ID. So I am going to enter my information here and press login. The first page is going to ask, are you in the USA? In the top right-hand corner, because we do have one global ID, you can join from anywhere in the world as long as we're in that country. Here's our list. We're opening in more and more countries every single year, and you're going to pick the according country. So for the US, you are going to press that you're 18 years or older and press join. And for the sake of time for tonight's training, we're not going to completely go over the membership agreement, but here you're going to find really, really great information. It'll tell you about changes. It talks about shipping, about our code of ethics a little bit, which is really important information to read over. So once you have read over all of that information, you are going to press agree. You can press agree to all, or you can do it individually. Okay, so privacy and security, you can see there's a lot of really good information in here. And you're going to press next. Now we have the identity verification. This is something that is actually new to me, but I am going to walk you through it real time just to show you how simple it is. So here I'm going to enter my phone number, and I'm going to press send text. And we're going to wait for it, okay? So it says a verification code has been sent. Here, right on my phone right away, it's giving me a verification code. So I'm just going to enter that number and press authenticate. And it says it's successful. So we get to move on to step 4 as soon as we scroll down and press next. So step 4 is pretty simple. Whether you are giving information to your customer, potential business partner, whoever they may be, or if you're doing this for the first time yourself, this is information about yourself. So we're not going to process this application. Of course, this is just for training purposes, but we are going to go ahead and enter a name. And I guess we can just use my name, Hannah, and I'm just going to come up with the last name, first and last name. Anything that has this little asterisk by it, of course, you have to enter that information. So here we're going to put the sex, and then here you have the option of entering your full social or the last 4. Regardless of it being you helping someone join or someone wanting to join on their own, this comes up as a question for a lot of people. What is the difference? What does it matter? What does it mean? Well, yes, you have the option to enter the last 4 digits of your social security number. If you choose to do that, remember we're a wholesale club. If you choose to do that, the company is going to hold a portion of any compensation that you earn from the company. It doesn't matter if you're doing it as a business partner or not, because we get what I like to call a rebate check. It doesn't matter, how you're doing it. You're going to generate these points, and that can turn into money. So it's always beneficial to put your full social if you're comfortable with that. And you can always go back and change this in your account later. So we're just going to say we're entering the last 4, and I'm just going to put, random numbers. Date of birth. You will not believe how many people get caught up on this one. What I like to tell people so they don't have to come back later and say, hey, what do I do? Is I press the calendar and start with the year. So we're going to kind of do this military style. We're going back to the year, and we'll just say we were born in 1981. And then the month, we'll say May, and the day. And boom, you have it right there, okay? So that one, a lot of people get caught up on. It's as simple as entering year, month, day. Password. Remember, we talked about this here a minute ago. Your password looks different from the guest password. You want these to be different. The actual password over here on the left side is going to be what you're going to use to log into your account. Here you will be able to order products. Here you will be able to see the My Office tab, which allows you to check your commissions. You can see where your points are at, who's under you. And so again, this is going to you're going to want to make different. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you want it to be stronger than that, of course. This is, again, for training purposes. We're going to re-enter it, 6, 7, 8. And the guest password is going to be what we're giving to whoever's interested in joining. So let's say my sister wants to join, and she wants to kind of take a look at the products first. And even if she doesn't, it's going to be the same steps. I'm going to give her my ID along with the website and my guest password. Now you have to remember, you have to tell your people they can't actually order through this site with the guest password, but they can view all about the company. So we're going to enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the guest password because we want to make it different. And we are all set. Telephone number. So it does ask for a mobile. You can enter another telephone number if you wish. Atomy is not going to call you unless there's an issue with your order, but I have personally never had that happen. That is that. And then the address. We're just going to make up an address. You want to make sure you fill this out correct. Anytime you place an order, you do have the option of changing the address that the products are being sent to, but it's always best just to have your actual physical address on here. So we're going to put 123 Apple Street, okay? The city, we are just going to say we live in Tacoma. That is where I am. And the state is Washington for me, and a zip code, okay? Email address. So the email address is going to be wherever you just want to receive confirmation emails. Honestly, Atomy doesn't send many emails. It's not overwhelming. If there's any issues, they will send it there. So any email will do. I recommend having one that you're going to get a notification sent to, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to say apples123@gmail.com. And next. Step 5 is going to be designate your sponsor. The sponsor is going to be whoever referred you to the company or to the business or to the website. There's so many different perspectives on this. You're not necessarily going to get the person who referred you to the company because we do work on a binary system, and we'll get into that in a couple of weeks, but you're going to need a sponsor ID. If you're the customer perspective, you just need to ask someone for the next ID and they will give it to you, and you'll put that according ID here. I'll just put mine for 18573. I'm going to put mine. Now it's not going to let us do it because I already have a left side and a right side, but usually a box will come up here and it'll say Hannah Smelser, and it'll show that I either have someone on my left side, so you'll automatically go to the right over here, or it will just show my name and the system will automatically put that person on your left side, okay? So here you can see that there's already someone on the left and right, but if I didn't have a left or a right side, you would automatically default to the left. If I already had my sister over here, then you would automatically default to the right. But after this is why you don't always get the sponsor ID of the person who invited you to Atomy. Is because, let's say, my sister's on this left side and Ansley, for example, is on my right side. Well, when I go to sign John up, I'm going to put John under one of the last people who joined. And the whole name of the game with Atomy is trying to create that balance. Everyone has a weaker leg. Everyone has a stronger leg. And so it's really just about going back and forth. If you see one leg is stronger, put them on the opposite side. And that's from the business partner's perspective. So there's really no right or wrong answer. You might want to get with your leadership and ask them, hey, are we putting it at the bottom of the last working person in our organization? Are we putting it at the last active customer? And there's just different ways to do it, honestly. There's no picture perfect answer because, like I said, everyone has a weaker leg and everyone has a stronger leg. Once you type this number and you press search, a sponsor name will automatically come up. So when I go to sign John up under Ansley, it's going to automatically put Ansley and her last name, and it will automatically pop up with the center. It should pop up with the center. I have heard people it not happen. So you're going to want to change it to the According Center. And that's all information. If you're the business partner giving this to someone, you're going to want to send. Okay, you're going to want to make sure you put this center. That way that 6% commission that the center earns for you ordering product goes to the appropriate center. You are only allowed to have one ID per household. So can you sign your kids up? Yes, you can sign your kids up, okay? Can you sign your spouse up? If you are a married couple in one household, you're only allowed to have one sponsor ID. The perfect example, Royal Master Jason Shim, right? New Royal Master, and congratulations to him. Him and his wife have one sponsor ID. So when they achieved the new Leaders Club that we have, they went their names separate, but they were under one ID, okay? So no, you cannot sign your spouse up. Yes, you can sign your children up. The other thing I do want to reiterate is that you have to check your lineage if you are the business partner helping someone join every time. So you can't just send out one generic ID every single time. Actually,